Hello, this is Solomon Davis, Right Side Trader. Today is December 17th, 2023, and this is my weekly market review, where I'm reviewing the S&P 500, that's SPX, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only. As we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading. So please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is actually suitable for you. All right, let's jump right over to the charts and see what we see. We don't see all-time highs yet, but I do expect it to make it there maybe this week. You know, we're less than just barely less than 100 points away. That's averaging just with a holiday week coming up. That's averaging still 20 points a day. I believe that the SPY can do that. So it's going to be this week, or will it be next week? I'm definitely almost now expecting it before the end of the year, and also, but we got to kind of like wait and see. And let's zoom on in and see what we see on these individual charts and wrap this on up. All right, on this quarterly chart, we got above an R1 level on these yearly pivots. That was the one thing that I was looking at. Now we're just fighting these all-time highs back over here. And can we break that I'm saying next week? Don't know. But I do expect us to make all-time highs. And the thing is, can we break it before? Will they push it up there before the end of the year? The Dow that everybody talks about on the news usually, because I noticed the news lately. I saw some news, on one of our local channels. They talk about, they do mention all three indexes now, and not just the Dow like they used to do it years ago. So everybody's kind of looking at, they see that it's more than just the Dow out there. But here on SPX, this is what a lot of the people still look at, which is still not the big one, which is the Russell, which is one that maybe not has all the popular stocks in it, but SPY is one that they still kind of watch. A lot of the professional traders, and they like trading this one because it's really liquid and stuff. But as we can see here, we are above an R1 level. The only thing that's slowing this market down now is this supply back over here on back from January of 2022. The question is, will we make an all-time high before January of 2024? But let's go ahead and go down to the monthly chart and see what we see. On the monthly chart, as we can see, we had a big month last month. This month is just below a quarterly R2 level, along with a supply level. The question is, will this end up acting as resistance and keep us below there? Based on what I'm seeing right now on the chart, I believe that we can actually bust through this R2 level and actually make all-time highs before the end of the year, looking at this chart. And we are definitely bullish. It's just kind of like, see how bullish are we? Will we get a big jump, come Monday, Tuesday, and be at all-time highs by that time? That's what we need to see before Christmas and all. But let's go ahead and take a look at the weekly chart. And on the weekly chart, as you can see, last week was a fairly big week. Let me zoom in a little bit here. And as you can see, last week was a pretty big week. So that's why I'm saying it can happen within a week. If we look at the bottom of this candle, it was at 45.90, and we look at this candle, it's at 47.17. So that's over 100 points, on one candle. So making over 100 points next week can be done, and we can get where. Again, I'm just going back looking at the patterns. When we get a big week, we get a little bit of a rest week. We get a big week, we got a few rest weeks, when it was steadily bullish and pushing up. Is it time for a rest week at a top, near all-time highs? I don't know, but I do expect it. That's why I say by the end of the year, we will probably make all-time highs. But next week can end up being a rest week before we go to all-time highs. But we have to wait and see. No guarantees, as we know in the market, because anything can happen. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at the daily noise and wrap this on up. I'm going to zoom in again a little bit here and zoom in a little bit more, because what we are seeing up here on this daily chart, last week was the first 3 days in the week. It just zoomed, all the way up through an R3 level. And when it got up here, you know, we did end up forming a doji, a red doji at the top. We also now have gotten where we didn't get a higher high, but we got a higher low. We had kind of like what I would call almost not a perfect inside day, but it's almost trying to create an evening star up here. But again, you got really a doji, coming up on the end of the year. And that we did have option expiration this past Friday, so that could have been another thing. This market ended up closing above 4,700, so I was kind of surprised at that, and that it did close up that high on an option expiration, because a lot of times people like playing even numbers on their option. So there was a lot of rolling and probably moving of their options around to get above here to not actually get a losing position, because these guys, all they do, some of these guys who trade these option things, all they're doing is they're getting money and trying to keep that money, put it that way, so that's what they were doing. So, and the big surprise was back on this FOMC day, the market going as high as it did at that time. So again, it had to be I bet the volume was extra high on these last couple of days to actually see what we're seeing here on the chart at this time. And that's pretty much it. As you can see, this market is still very bullish. It's got pretty extended. Last week we will be opening above a weekly pivot, so I do expect us to stay above pivot and go higher. So again, I'm kind of expecting that we might be able to make those all-time highs next week, and that's all I really have to share at this time. This is Solomon, Right Side Trader. Hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys having a great weekend, and I'll talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye.